Hello, hello everyone. Roger Buskill here. I'm going to be your instructor for ELFH 575. I've got the blackboard called up here. What I want to do with this demonstration is go through the various menus on the blackboard and then show you the assignments and the discussion board and some of the course documents. Generally show you how everything's laid out. We'll take a look at the syllabus. So what you see right now are the menu items on the side here. From here you can get the schedule, and you will just click there to download. Same thing here for the syllabus. If you want to know a little bit more about me, there's my information here. And actually, if you click there, a quick little video plays. Going back to the announcements again, we've had a number of them because I wanted to let you get used to some of the tools we're going to be using this semester, such as Screencast-O-Matic and VoiceThread. As a matter of fact, I'm using Screencast-O-Matic right now to record this this demonstration of software with a voiceover. So let's first look at the assignments for the semester. You'll notice these first three are grayed out. They're online tests, online evaluations for the various sections of our textbook. And you notice they're grayed out, so they're not available yet. I'll make those active throughout the semester as they come due on our schedule. You've got 4 discussion boards. You've got 3 that starts off the semester. We'll look at the actual content of how you answer the discussion board questions when we get to that discussion board. You'll have a paper to write called Educational Technology Review. And it's just simply a research article review about technology. So you'll look at that in the actual assignment also. So it's basically some research on technology as far as online learning is concerned, but it has some specific criteria. I'm looking for writing ability and your ability to use APA format here also, aside from good research. We're going to put together what's called a GUI, Graphics User Interface, and all that really is a PowerPoint slide with 3 links, and those 3 links are simply connected to the 3 training interventions that you'll be creating this semester. So the first training intervention, the 3 of them are going to be written at various levels of Bloom's taxonomy. So if you're not familiar with Bloom, you'll need to, actually I've got some information on that. So it's levels of learning and levels of teaching, and that's what Bloom is all about in his cognitive taxonomy. So there's the various training interventions. We do have one more. There's March 7th. That's another discussion board. So I've got these in hierarchical order. We do have our hallmark assessment, and that's the contents of that will be on live text. But I've also, of course, got that included as the last part of the syllabus. And then I'm going to objectively give you up to 5 points on how well you use your online resources, and mainly the Screencast-O-Matic and the VoiceThread. So as I see you using those well, there shouldn't be any issue of you getting your full points there. Okay, so those are the assignments for the semester. Let's look at, if we look at some of the course documents, it's a combination of documents and videos, and a lot of this is repeated elsewhere. These are simply were some of my PowerPoints that I'll be using, that I made the online videos for. The main thing that you'll be using, however, is the course videos folder. All of my online lectures will be in this format. In other words, this BBT, that's Better Than Bullet Points Chapter 1, this ESI, That's the e-learning and science of instruction book, chapter 1. So those first two you're actually going to be looking at for homework and reading those chapters. So the way this would work is I would just, the best way to do this is to point to this link, right mouse click, and then open it in a new window. And it'll take just a bit to open it up.
Bullets, bullets, bullets. I just don't like bullets. There's so much more to e-learning and to...
I'm not going to go through all of it, but that'll be part of your homework. What you'll notice is something I use all the time in all of my lectures, which is the signaling technique, which is what you'll be looking at also. This is all of my online lectures will be contained in this folder. So typically what I will do is send out an announcement, which you'll get tomorrow, explaining the week's homework and the reading that you will do, and then typically those items are due the following week. So that's what the Blackboard site's about. I do want to take a quick look at the syllabus. I've already got it downloaded, but of course you would click there to download the syllabus. So let's swap over to the syllabus. There's a few things that I do want to emphasize here. This is standard stuff here, but the course purpose and such. But these two are the required text if you haven't got those already. And you can order those at various online or the bookstore. So those are the two that are required, the Better Than Bullet Points and then the e-learning of science of instruction. There's some optional text such as Presentation Zen. I'm a big promoter of Gar Reynolds. In fact, I'll mention him in a few times throughout the semester and refer to some of his videos. Let's see, there's the objectives. I want to go down and look at some of the other things here. Major content. Okay, expectations for you. You need to be prepared for class. So you need to get the homework finished that's assigned for the next week and do the required readings. It's readings and watching the videos. It'll be a combination of both of those. The more work you put into this, obviously, the better off you're going to be. This type of online class or any online class that you might have taken, it is definitely student-centered. Since there is no classroom, there's not an instructor around to maybe give you encouragement or quick feedback. However, obviously I will give you feedback on all of your assignments. But you really need to be prepared and do the due diligence of doing the study, watching the videos, and doing the required homework so that you'll be ready to turn those assignments in the following week, which is the next one, the timeliness of the work. Needs to be on time. Obviously life happens sometimes and you have family emergencies, but these would be rare cases. So you need to let me know in advance if you're going to be late so that we can make arrangements for that. Formatting of documents, obviously we know that PowerPoint, Word, those types of documents that are required now for the ELFH program. Do use APA for your papers. We'll be using PowerPoint quite a bit, but what you'll also be using is you'll be able to create instructional videos from your PowerPoint slideshow by using Screencast-O-Matic. And that'll become evident as we start playing around with these things. Anything that I don't know about, you're going to get a reduction in grade. So if you are going to be late or there's something going on in your life you need to let me know about, we can work through those, but delaying it and not letting me know is not the answer. These are the actual requirements for the different assignments. You can take a look through those. It explains the educational technology review, your technology training, that's the hallmark assessment. I'm sorry, the technology training, that's your 3 training interventions. Your discussion and participation, formative evaluations, there's 3 of those. The e-learning module itself, that's the homework assessment. And then there's our using online resources, which I give you an objective grade there. And there's simply the points values for each of those. Hope it adds up to 100. Yeah, it does. And then the grading scale. Let's see. If it's not your work, you need to cite it. So if you're using graphics in your PowerPoint, you need to even cite those graphics. And if you're using a paraphrase from another source, you need to cite it. So my catchphrase is, if you didn't write it, you cite it. It's okay to refer to other people's work, which I do all the time in when I put some of these things together. But most of the time, unless it's on the internet where you, for educational purposes, it's public domain. If you cite it, then it's okay. It's not really public domain, but it's okay to use as long as you cite their reference. But some authors and such and technology specialists, I've gotten permission to use their work in this course. So there again, if you didn't write it, if you didn't create it, then you need to cite it in your work, such as anything paraphrased as far as documents are concerned, or even the graphics themselves. You need to cite the website where you obtained the graphic. When you turn in an assignment, you need to put it in this type format. In other words, put this information in, and then what the item is. You do need live text because that's the homework assessment. I think it's $98 for 5 years. And then finally, here's the homework assessment task itself. I'm not going to go through this, but we will go through this later on. So right now I'm going to switch back to and take a look at some of these announcements again. So you need to go ahead and get used to Screencast-O-Matic and VoiceThread. And I'm going to see, let's do one more thing here. Yeah, I should have had this called up. Let's look at the schedule real quick. So here's our schedule. These are the U of L schedules for the semester. Here's listed the major due dates, so there shouldn't be any reason why you shouldn't know what the due dates are for our assignments. And then the textbook legend, whenever I say BPP, that's Better Than Bullet Points book. ESI is the e-learning and the science of instruction book. And then if you'll look on the activities, I'll give you information about a little bit about the course here. So all of my schedule is laid out in advance. Let me move this over a little bit. So our first class is actually Wednesday, January 8th, because I run my class Wednesday through Wednesday. So everything that we'll be doing in the semester is scheduled out in advance. We will be having a spring break. So that's pretty much the schedule. Go back one more last time. And go back to the announcements, back where we started. Okay, well that's all I have for now, and we'll have the first class here on Wednesday, so I'll be talking with you more on that first class.